Hello, comics and pop culture people. So bear with us for 1 second. I'm going to turn off my phone and we're going to go direct through Stepo. So I'm going to exit the stream here. Remove from stage. There we go.
Hello?
It's still giving us sound, even though there's a little bit of echo. Is that echo bad for you guys? Anyone in the chat? I guess it's okay. Nobody's saying anything. He says you're good. Richard says you're good. Okay. So, hey guys. So Stepo and I are hanging out together today, and we have been doing some trading and having a great time as usual. And I have yet to have a bad time hanging out with Stepo, and I don't think I will have one.
It'll come.
Somebody says it's faint but audible. Okay, so I'm sorry that there's echo, but we'll try to deal with it. So I'm trying to somehow figure out how to make it stop. But anyway, so yeah, so we did some trading. We hung out, and Stepo picked up a large number of books from me, and I picked up one book from him. And so we were gonna show off some books. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? We got Tina. Hey, Tina. We got John's Comics with Kids. We've got Trev the Shipping Guru. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us. And Richard Westfall. Hey. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. And so did you want to show some books?
Sure.
Stepo?
Sure.
And I think we're going to be joined by Alan as well, possibly, and some other people.
Do we have to?
Well, he didn't call us today in the middle of our trade.
We were half expecting, Alan, we were waiting for you to have your spidey sense start tingling and then have the call come in. What are you doing? What are you doing?
All right.
Something's happening.
All right. So what you got there?
Here's a Bugs Bunny. Hot Rod Hair.
From 1952.
1951.
51. All right. So Bugs Bunny.
And here we have Carl Barks, Walt Disney Comics. And the kids, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, are giving Donald a heart attack.
Shark cover.
Shark cover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's Kathy.
Yeah, there's no use fighting it, Kathy. It's bigger than both of us. From 1960.
No.
1950?
This will be 1950 something. Well, I should know it's got a code. So if it's got a code, this will be like it'll probably 62.
It's got we got the date on the back there.
It says 1955.
1955. Okay.
So early code.
Yeah.
It's interesting for 1955.
That's a small code.
Standard. Look how small the stamp is.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
What we got? Somebody says Tina says cute Bugs Bunny. Trev says I love that.
I see the things coming up on the screen.
Yeah. They look in great condition. Yeah, so Stepo is very particular about his conditions, which is good. And I'm try to be very particular when I'm picking out books. And this one, we were really surprised about the value on this one.
This one was from it's 4-Color Comics number 77, and it's Felix the Cat, and this was well over $350 in the guide. I mean, in Go Collect for sales. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know. There are no ads, whatever in it. It's but it's just a classic Felix the Cat
from 1945.
1945.
Yeah. A good year. It was a good year. I was yet to be a twinkle in my great-great-grandfather's eye.
I wasn't a twinkle anywhere. Here is Patsy Walker, starring in Miss America, number 52. This is from Atlas Comics.
And what are they saying there on the cover? It's something about the
It
guy.
says, "Say, Patsy, how can Buzz afford to take you to eat in such a swanky place?" And it's called La Ritz. And she says, "I don't know. I'll have to ask him when he comes out." And he's in there washing dishes. Old Buzz is doing what he needs to do.
Automatic Comics says MCU is going to be doing a Felix the Cat spinoff. Are you serious, Automatic? Ryan, good to see you, buddy. And Tina says, "Oh, cool, Patsy."
Here is Zorro. Is this the first Zorro?
This is the first Disney Zorro and the first Alex Toth, or is it Toth or Toth?
I think it's Toth. It could be Toth either way, but it's Alex Toth is what I say.
Alex Toth, and who is famous for his work on Zorro, and it is his first work on Zorro.
When I was in 1958, just as Zorro was starting with Disney, no, he's kidding. He's laughing. He says, "Laugh out loud." And what happened for my birthday, my mother gave me a costume, Disney costume for Zorro, and I had a hat and a mask, I had a cape, and I had a black long plastic sword that had a fitting on the end of it to hold a piece of white chalk. And so Mom gave it to me, and I'm running around the house as Zorro. And I was a little kid, so I can only reach so far. And I was putting Z's all over the walls everywhere. And my father came home from work, and he walks in the door, and he's looking, and here are all these chalk Z's all over everything. And he goes, "Carol, what are all these white Z's everywhere in the house?" And I said, "Dad, I'm Zorro." He said, "So you are."
Let me get the scrubbing rag.
All right, Stephen. Here's I want to introduce you to something. It's called a sponge.
Yeah.
Here is Joe Yank.
Operation Woo Woo. He's so distracted with the gal's legs that he's dropping grenades on the ground.
The USO actress.
That's right.
If he just drops a grenade or two, what the heck?
Right. What was that? What year was that? Was the standard, right? What year is that from?
Well, this would
we don't have a year on it. Okay.
1953.
53. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. It's number 11 from 1953.
Gotcha.
Here is Police Comics number 117 from July of 1952.
And we have to. We have another guest. Let's see here. Alan was correct. We won't want to give him too big of a head. Oh, hi, Alan. Let's see. Are you showing up? Add to stage. There we go.
There's Alan.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, good. So what was I correct about?
Absolutely everything.
Yes.
Without question, all the way through.
Okay, cool.
So the Police Comics, you had said that they were rare in the later issues.
They sure were, because there are none on the census. And I said, well, let's look at one next door. None. We looked at one earlier than that. None. So you were right on the money.
Yeah. So, but so what happened is, I told you the story about me trying to buy Police Comics number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the guy that had it for, like, I think he still has it on eBay for some crazy price, like 17,000 or something crazy. I reached out to him, and I was working a deal with him, but I wasn't quite happy with the deal because it was still like $13,000. I just didn't want to spend that much money on that one book. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was a low grade. So I was quite happy when I got the one that I got. So the point is, in negotiating with him, he's like, I have the complete run of Police Comics. And he's kind of like an expert on Police Comics.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I was like, okay, well, I don't want the whole run. I think it's cool and all, but I don't want the whole run. There's just a few key issues that I would like to get because I collect keys for the most part, unless it's Wonder Woman. Um, so then he was basically telling me some of the history about certain books, and he was telling, he was trying to pitch them all on me, right? So he was telling me that the later ones are more rare. But in my research, because I kind of pushed back on the pricing, um, I noticed that even though they're more rare, there's only a few key books in those later issues.
Yeah, it look like they're quite rare, and they're quite valuable because they're rare. They're
Uh,
harder to acquire for people who are trying to fill a run or something like that.
so there's that too, but for the most part, only certain issues are like there's one where it's like the Chinaman, and he's like interrogating a girl in bondage in a chair.
Yeah.
No, the reason I say Chinaman is I actually mean it in the derogatory way because he looks it looks derogatory on the cover. It looks
Right,
like
right.
like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
stereotypical. Okay, that's why I say it that way.
Uh-huh.
So that's one of the more popular covers. That one can go for a bit of money. Even in low grade, it can go for a
Yeah,
bit of money. But some of the other ones don't really go for that much. They
yeah.
have to have something cool about them. It's sort of
Well,
standard
when we
comic
looked this one up,
franchise.
the higher grade ones, because they're rare and high grade,
Yes, they are.
and they're rare in general. So
Yeah.
it was actually quite valuable. So
So it depends. Like I'd have to see which books, but I didn't
go
see
ahead and
which
show
books.
them that one then again,
This
Stephen.
was actually has a date stamp on it. It's April 11th.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. So certain ones like that will be more expensive
From 1952.
because
Yeah,
like that's Good Girl. It's got the little bit of like racial iffiness to it. It's so those ones will be a little bit more valuable.
okay.
Stalin's Paymaster, Alan.
And Stalin's Paymaster, so that's even better.
That's it.
Yeah,
So that's a cool book. I mean, that's a cool book. So,
yeah,
like the cooler ones will go for a bit more. There's a
right.
lot of really kind of lame crime ones that are not so popular. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's just like a typical crime thingy.
Yeah, well, from the ones we looked up, like we wanted to say that you were right about the rarity of the end of the run. So
Okay, yeah.
Here is Action Comics number 205, and this is from 1955.
Sergeant Superman.
You can make me small and you guys can show it better.
Oh, okay.
Since
Let me go ahead and make you small. I just didn't want to ignore you there, buddy. So I will.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Let's
That way you can show the books a bit better.
let's
I'm
go.
just I'm it's cool that you guys are in the same room. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird, huh? Hey, everybody.
Like at first when I sort of did a double take when I
You're like,
saw you
what?
guys
How is
together.
that? Why is
Stephen
No,
has two heads.
no, I was thinking, well, the background, like I was waiting, I was looking for the line in between you, where it's like, it's
That
like
we were
split screen.
two cameras. That's right.
It's like, how did you guys do that?
It's
So
inconceivable.
yeah.
I do not think you know what that word means.
I love that movie. I've
And then
I
watched
do
that like a
too.
million times.
Steven
Um,
decided he had a thing for Lois Lane.
I really, Brian kept saying that he had a nice collection of
Higher grade.
higher grade Lois Lane.
mhm,
And after all the people that have been showing Lois Lanes, and I have a few, but
mhm.
the wacky problems that she and Mark
Oh,
Oldroyd and you,
I love Lois Lane. She's fun.
she gets into all kinds of different trouble and different tropes that she does, and she's always crying and she's losing Superman, and then she doesn't want him, but she wants him, so she hates him, but she has to have him, and she loves him.
Yeah.
It makes perfect
And
sense,
then
doesn't it?
sometimes Superman's
She's
trying
trying
to
to
kill her.
she's
And
trying to kill
Superman is
her. He's trying to kill her, or she's trying to kill him, and
that's
halfway.
right, which
Yeah.
is as God intended.
And he's like cheating on her a lot of the time, and she's like,
Well, she thinks he's cheating, but it isn't. It's just red kryptonite.
yeah, exactly.
I was pointing out, I was looking at these covers. I think she's been screwed up with red kryptonite more than Superman.
Maybe.
I mean,
It makes
the
sense.
stuff that goes on. I've got some. I'll show you some. They're just wild.
Tina says Lois is very needy.
She is needy.
I,
Here
I
she is.
Yeah, I saw that one. When you showed that when we did it on my show, like when you were showing the books on my show, I think that's a
Yeah,
great one. Is it a really high grade?
it is a very
Yes,
high
very
grade.
high grade.
Yes,
It
it's
looks
one of the
really nice. Like the
They're all
spine.
very, Alan. They're all very, very presentable. They have little stuff going on about them, but the structure of the book and the page quality on all of these, almost without exception, they're really bright, healthy books, but they've been read. I mean, they were not put into a hermetic chamber and then opened
Mhm.
here, a week ago.
Yeah, but there were a number that were
So would
They're
you say
really
like
good.
fairly
7.0,
high.
7.80 kind of level?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And those are
And
pretty pricey from what I
well,
like
they are
experienced.
actually, it's surprising the prices on these. They don't, either
Oh,
it's,
$100 to $200 probably.
well, more like 750 to 70.
Oh, really?
Uh, yeah,
I,
I mean,
I,
if you get it like a 6.5 or a 7, and a lot of times there are absolutely no sales. And then you have FMVs. And then so what I did was I tried to get the most recent sale, and then we would extrapolate by point, price per point, and then
Mhm.
get a good estimation of it. And they, whatever sales they had, I always went that, so it took a while, which was
Okay,
fun
yeah.
because each one was a debate. Okay, how do you grade this? Well, I grade it this way. Look at
Oh, it was
this.
so fun. I was learning
It's
a lot about how
it's
Stephen
just fun. He
grades,
says,
and
look at the
yeah.
corner. Oh, I got that. Okay. And we
Mhm.
went through, says, well, what do you think? Okay, I agree. Then
And
what's
then
the
he'd
price?
quiz me. He'd be like, "All right, what do you think on this one?" And I was like,
So
"Okay."
it was really fun. It was
All
really
right.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's always fun. It's like, yeah. You guys should
Here,
come
here,
here. I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely here.
well, here's Lois Lane, and they call her the cat.
Mm. Yeah, that's another weird trope about Lois Lane ones. She's always getting mutilated in some way where she's a monster or something's going on. Like she's in one, she's like half centaur, like it's
Well, that's a great one. Or she's part devil, and then she's marrying
yeah,
the devil. She has
yeah,
cloven hooves.
Yes,
And
yeah,
every time I
yes.
see
yeah,
that picture, her true nature finally shows.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
Alan, quick question for you. Is your audio okay? Can you hear us okay? There's not like too bad of an echo?
No, no, you guys are good.
Okay, good.
oh,
Good, good.
wonderful. That's good to hear. Because
Yeah.
it was almost like, and also this will give you some proportion about what a tall, elegant man,
I know. It's sort
handsome
of
man
funny.
Brian is. We're sitting
You
at
look
the
really
top.
tiny. You look like a
About
little
the
guy.
Well,
same
I'm
height.
not. I'm 5'6", and he's like 6'10".
I'm like 6'2".
He's 6'13".
So you and I are the same size, I think.
I think we are.
Yeah.
But 5'6". I was at one point 5'8", but now I'm 5'6".
I always tell my wife that I'm still growing. I'm going to get to 6 feet someday, someday.
You're not
But
shrinking,
probably
you're growing.
probably 6 feet under more than 6
That's
feet.
the other direction. There we go. There we go.
So yeah.
So here's another one. This is Lois Lane, Queen, and Superman, Commoner. And she
Oh, I know
says,
this one.
so the traitorous subject refuses to marry his queen. Everything is about marriage.
Oh yes,
To
they're
marry
always.
his queen, off with his head. You knew that was coming. And then Superman looks over, and I think it looks like a Kurt Schaffenberger cover.
Mhm.
Poor Lois. When the blade shatters on my invulnerable neck, the shock may destroy her mind for good.
Yeah, I know that one. It's the guillotine one. Yeah, it's
Yep.
awesome. I mean, I'm only missing a few issues of the run. Actually, I'm missing like sub 30 issues.
Well, you picked up how many did we? Well, maybe we'll get a count at the end.
God,
But he
it's
picked up a
incredible.
lot of issues.
And this isn't really even all of them. I still have another chunk that I have.
Mhm.
Okay, this is the second appearance of Catwoman in the Silver Age.
Yep.
Yes. And it's a great cover too. It's like he's like I don't know what's going on in a way. It's like
It
he's
says,
giving her
she
money.
says, no, she says, I'm wearing the blindfold just as you instructed me, Mr. Blackmailer, and
Yeah.
here's my life savings. Now, promise me you'll never tell Superman my awful secret. And he says, I've tricked Lois into thinking I'm her blackmailer. Now to find out what her awful secret is. What a nice guy.
I know. It's
Takes
crazy.
her life savings. He takes her life savings, and then he's going to get her to talk to say what the terrible secret is that she doesn't want Superman to know. What?
What's this say at the bottom? Hush money, sweet Lois, or else.
Yeah. I mean,
Hush money, sweet Lois, or else.
I thought that's how you get dates. I thought that's what you do.
It is how you get dates. You knew it.
Yeah, you like
It says
blackmail them until.
the mystery blackmailer knew the grim secret of Lois's past, so he whispered, "Hush money, sweet Lois, or else."
Just awesomeness.
This
I
is a
mean,
great one.
in a way, like
You
Lois
explained
had
you
much
explained to me
cooler
this
stories.
history of this one too. It was interesting.
Alan, I basically took the information that you had given me on this book with regards to
Tina says,
hello, Tina. With regards to why this cover was set up like this, and it was because of the code, and that you could not flog
Yes,
a
that's
person.
right.
And so what they did was say, good, then we'll just put a dummy. And because
Oh,
the
it's so
dummy can
funny.
get away, we're gonna bolt himself, the dummy, against the wall,
bondage him up.
put him in bond, put the dummy in bondage, with Superman in bondage with kryptonite cuffs, and she takes the cat of nine tails and she's whipping the dummy.
It's like
so messed up.
it's such a crazy cover. I actually keep on, like, every time I see that book, I buy it. Like I
It's
have like
so
2 or 3
crazy.
copies of it. I just think it's the funniest copy.
It is so over the top. Lois Lane, my God.
It's like S&M, like gone crazy.
Why is
Right.
Lois Lane lashing a wooden puppet of Superman? Read The Dummy and the Damsel. I know who the dummy is.
The dummy is the damsel.
The dummy is the damsel. This is, come on, man. Okay, now we're still going. And Superman's unbeatable rival. And then here's Lois Lane, she's a marplot. She's always trying to get Supes in trouble. She says, beat him, Superman, or I'll have to become his wife. I can play right through it.
And that is a key because it is the first
reverse dude.
The first Bizarro Flash.
Bizarro Flash. Yeah.
Yep.
The first, just a sec. Would you let Susan know that she can watch this if she doesn't have the song?
Yeah, I will absolutely.
I'll
be right back.
keep showing. Okay.
Yeah, reverse. Yeah, Bizarro Reverse Flash. Yeah. Actually, you know what's funny? That was one of the books that sort of got me into Lois Lane. Because I was collecting Bizarro books, trying to get.
Some guys say Bizarro. Some guys say it's Bizarro Jimmy Olsen. It's Bizarro Perry White. I go,
no, it's Bizarro.
It's Bizarro. Bizarre. It's like Prince Namor. Yeah. No, it's not Prince Namor. It's Prince Namor. No, it's Namor.
Is it the Submariner or the Submariner?
It's the
Submariner.
It's the Submariner.
We had this argument when I was a kid.
No, it's a Submariner.
Submariner.
So I had never realized on this cover that she's actually tearing the logo out that says girlfriend.
I know, it's really great.
This says, Superman, get out of my magazine, Superman. I'm leaving Metropolis to start a new life, one that doesn't include you. At last, the impossible comes true. It's Splitsville for Lois and Superman.
And she's ripping the girlfriend out of the logo, and you can see the inside.
See where it says girlfriend?
I know.
She tore it right out of the logo.
It's a great cover. It's like so brilliant. And also, this is sort of like that time period where even Wonder Woman kind of goes mod, you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of like that women's rights, women's feminism is like on the rise.
It's Daredevil. It's the Daredevil. Hey, Daredevil. Hey, Daredevil, what you doing? No, my name's Daredevil. No, Daredevil. Let's say Dared.
So here's one where he's trying to kill her.
Here is another issue where Superman is trying to kill her. Is it
the one in space?
That's the one. Gasp, Superman snapped my air hose because I won't marry him. I won't marry him. He won't marry me. Why won't he marry me? Why won't I marry him? Can we marry him? What are we marrying?
Yeah, exactly.
Neil Adams cover.
Yeah, that's a good. I always like that one.
Yeah, the cover gloss on these books is truly the bags need. I'll be putting these into Mylar, but these bags do not do them justice because I'm telling you they have that wobble. They're so healthy. There's not an unhealthy book.
The color, what we call it, the color separation, the color stripe.
Yeah, and then they put the
so
it's
bold.
you can see the actual image. It's like someone took the image of the Superman and stuck it onto it. It's like it's almost lifted off of the. It's really they're beautiful books.
Good color strike on them for sure.
Would Lois Lane have been targeted towards girls at the time? Obviously.
Yeah, I
They
think
have to
so.
be.
Yeah.
They have to be. Although I wonder
Well, I
who
think both because you got Superman in there, so I think they were kind of trying to split
he's
the.
so
No,
dreamy. He
but
is so dreamy.
he was. If you read any of the Lois Lanes, though, he's kind of like he's
He's a
not.
Magoo.
He's he's
He's
not the he's
Magoo.
not the
I don't
he's
know.
the
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, Lois is so upset with me. I don't know what to do. I better go back to Krypton.
yeah,
I don't know
exactly,
what to do.
exactly.
I will go to Kandor. I will go to
Yeah.
Kandor. I will shrink myself down, and I will fly around in Kandor.
So
Here, Lois, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, and Soups is saying, "What have I done? I
mhm.
forced Lois to ride with a cycle gang, and
Oh
I've
yeah, I
made
know that
Clark
cover
Kent
too.
quit his chicken pose, featuring Lois Lane as the witch on wheels." And here she is on her Honda 90, going 27 and a half miles an hour at full speed, with all this equipment on, and it's just she's so evil that she's going along, you know, her the cycle's going ring ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding ding
This one you can just burn in the
and here
cell
we go.
there.
Superman, identify me. Tell him I'm Lois Lane, your friend. Officer, I give you my word of honor. This girl is a dangerous criminal. She must be imprisoned for life.
As a Neil Adams cover.
Featuring Lois Lane, convict.
Yeah, it's a good one.
What number does
lock
she
her
have?
up.
38397. That's probably the phone number for Julia Schwartz.
Hey, there's Roscoe. Look at these studs. Hope everyone's having a great
Hello,
night.
Roscoe.
Hey, Roscoe. Love you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy some. We got a healthy dose of hilarious Lois Lane.
We got us some Lois Lane. Lois Lane. Who knew? If Lois Lane is attractive for girls, what in the hell is Jimmy Olsen?
So Jimmy Olsen.
Thank you. What is Jimmy Olsen? Jimmy Olsen is like nowhere, man. You know what? Jimmy Olsen and Snapper Carr, I think that they must carpool together to come over to DC. And Snapper says, hey, Jimmy, can you drive this time? He says, no, I'm still loading my camera. Okay, here it is. Superman's.
But the weird thing, okay, just quickly, but Jimmy Olsen is kind of like Lois Lane in terms of the comics, like, you know, in terms of his
always
series.
in trouble, right? Yeah,
he has the most wild stuff happening in his series.
Right.
He really does, and he's always a cheater because he has the Superman ZZZ ring or wristwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Steppo has everything, and Alan has the rest.
So I got
listen. Alan has many more books than I do. I mean, let's not kid around about this. Alan is a completist, and his taste and the variety of his collection. My collection is not that way. Truly, it isn't. And Alan's collection is exceptional in that regard. That his coverage and his knowledge of all of those titles and characters truly is amazing, and I appreciate the sentiment, but the fact is that it's very true. Now we return to Lois Lane. Well, thanks, Roscoe.
Thank you, Roscoe.
Alan, this may surprise you, but Lois is still having difficulty. She says, this kryptonite boulder can destroy you, Superman, but to me, it's as harmless as a soap bubble, because now here's another trope, I'm more super than you. And Superman says, hokey smokes, Lois. He said, great, Lois. Now heave that rock into space. Then we'll start planning our wedding. Again with the wedding, featuring when Lois was more super than Superman. And it's a great green cover.
It's Neil Adams again.
He did a lot of the covers, actually.
Yeah.
Neil Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few.
You can hardly see him in here.
And another Neil Adams cover.
Super Lois, why are you fighting Corlar? She's the one who gave you your superpowers. And for that, I'll kill her, kill her, kill her.
Yeah. Remember when I did my cat fight video?
Yes.
So many cat fight covers.
Yes,
And you'll notice that, the Fortress of Solitude is down in the lower corner there.
Oh, really? Can you zoom
You
in
see
on that?
Do you see it down in the corner?
Yeah, the key. There's a little key for the Fortress of Solitude. There's an ice glacier in this Fortress of
Oh, yeah,
Solitude.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
That's the. Now, Alan, this is one that is lovely and wonderful. This is the title of this story is The Unbreakable Spell. And it says, and here is Superman. He's coming from behind a boulder. And he says, "Great Krypton." Sometimes they say Great Scott. And I wonder who Scott is. Who is Scott? All I know is he's great. A magic spell has turned Lois into a centaur.
Oh, that's what I
She'll
was talking
never
about.
be human again.
Human.
Come with me, human. Who was that? Was that Snark or Bark or whatever the hell he was in Deep Space Nine or whatever? The humans. The Dabo girls. The Dabo girls. Okay, anyway, but there she is. She's having difficulty.
She's a centaur. I mean,
and she's running away. Isn't she a centauress? Centauress?
Centaurus?
Centaur?
She's sensual.
Centaurette?
She's sensual. This one was quite valuable.
Yeah, this one, the grade on this one is truly pristine. This is Lois Lane. Ha ha! Great show, Wonder Woman. I'm tossing you out of Superman's life, Lois. He's marrying me. Another marriage thing where Lois is losing out. Featuring the Superman Wonder Woman team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one was quite valuable.
That one's valuable? I didn't realize.
Yeah, that one was. Well, this is a really of the nice pristineness.
This is mid-9s.
In the 9s.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Like all my copies are like 3s to 5 range. That's
we looked at
but you have them all, don't you? But you have them all.
We were
I have them all except the
shnikes.
sub 30s. I had like a few in the sub 30s I'm missing.
I started the conversation with Brian. I said, these are all like $5 or $10, right? Birdman. I mean, it's and Brian said, well, let's just look them up just to be sure. And I said, well, okay.
So we kind of started doing I said, everything over 100, let's just take a couple core samples and we'll see where we're at. And then we'll just go.
That's it.
And so we kind of put those all on about $10-ish. And then anything under 100, we started pricing out because number 100 was like a $30 or $40 book. Right?
Yeah. But again, this is just using Go Collect, either fair market value or the most recent sale with the points, basically figuring out a price per point. And then discussing and all this. The negotiations went. It was like Khrushchev and Kennedy. We were. I took my shoe off and I was banging on the table and crying and being hysterical. I cried on the floor. And Brian says, "Wonderful performance. Now the price is going to be $100." So
yeah. So the only thing I push back just to help you, Stephen. Sorry, Bigby, but
okay.
One thing with the values on Go Collect, you have to realize that those are graded copies.
Yes. I know.
Yeah.
But everything is being equal. I mean, that's what I said. It is a measure. And so that's what we use because and the other thing is I wanted to make sure, especially that I'm fair with Brian and he wanted to be fair with me, but I never wanted to undercut the value because I don't go for that crap. I don't like it done to me.
I go for that crap all the time. So just
well, so I tried to be super fair with you though on a lot of books. Like he would be like, "Well, this is worth X," and I would be like, "Well, I'll take a percentage off of that." And
I'll take more.
Steppa would look at me and be like, "Well, I accept."
So did you guys trade or was it a cash deal? What did you guys look at?
Trade. It's a trade. We'll get to what I got out of the deal here.
I went down to the blood bank and was drinking lots of orange juices. I was giving blood donations to make up the difference in cash.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Lois Lane. Lois, if you want Superman for your husband, again with the husband Superman, Step into the mirror and exchange places with me. And the one in the mirror says, but if you do, you'll never return to Earth again. Featuring the Lois Lane in the Mystic Mirror.
Yeah, I remember. I know that this one I had in a video, and Mon
What
Comics got
issue is
very.
this?
Mon
This
Comics,
is issue number 94.
yeah, Mon Comics got very. Brandon from Mon Comics got misty-eyed over this issue. He said, "Just hits me right in the feels where it's got Superman playing with the little boy and Lois wanting to be the mom and
Yeah,
everything."
yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, man, it just gets me. So
That's a short dress.
that is a short dress.
This is a 15 center, so it's 70s.
Yeah,
All right.
love this cover.
Oh,
This
yeah.
cover is awesome.
This is featuring the 3 super sirens: Lori Lemaris, Luma Lanai, and
Oh, yeah.
Lila Lero. Everything is LL with DC.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
you
yeah.
remember? You know, it's always like, except Jimmy Olsen or Snapper Carr. They were losers. They didn't get double L's. What is that?
You're really crapping on poor Jimmy
Or
Olsen.
Clark Kent. What's wrong with Clark Kent or Perry White? They
Or
lose.
Bruce Wayne.
Lois Lane and
Bruce Wayne too. Yeah.
Yeah, really. Lori, I love, and all with the initials LL. Lois, I must go to them. No, Superman, they belong to your past. I'm the LL in your presence. Stay with me.
Yeah, it's a great cover, though. I love all the.
Look at all that talent.
Super babes.
Look at all that talent going into the dimension. I must go to them, Lois. No, I wore my purple, really short dress for you.
I know.
Please, Superman, I don't make me sneeze because you'll.
Whoa.
All right.
There's some really funny ones with Superman and that like a mermaid girl.
Lori Lemaris.
Yeah.
In my video, I had somebody that you used to know, and I had this. This was the first issue, and then it says, "And you didn't have to cut me off." Is the next issue, is the next line in the song, and so you can show that one.
And here, Lois, it's featuring the story, "I betrayed Superman."
Oh.
See, Superman, with these magic shears, I can even cut your invulnerable hair. Lois, no, you've duped me just like Delilah did Samson. You've robbed me of my superpowers.
But you didn't have to cut me off.
And his legs are crossed as he's having this done to him. If he was so
barbershop like, you know.
Right.
If he was so concerned, he's just sitting there with his legs crossed.
I know.
And what a magoo. Okay. Aren't these funny? Aren't these funny?
Great.
I mean,
they're
Lois Lane is awesome.
It's just really great. Okay, here we go. This is issue number 99.
I love the look on history. Well, we get there.
He says,
how many issues did you get from him?
He got a lot.
God, I got a ton.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
He told me, so I brought almost two boxes of Lois Lane.
How much? You had one box of Lois Lane?
Two short boxes.
Two short boxes.
He picked out the cream of the crop of what he wanted out of there.
You had two short boxes of Lois Lane.
High grade Silver Age.
Almost entirely
I have two short boxes of high grade Silver Age Flash. I have two short boxes of high grade Silver Age Superboy. I've got a lot of Silver Age DC.
So how much of the run did you have for Lois Lane?
Well, it ran. You saw the very first issue,
number 50,
number 50, and it runs all the way to the end of the run.
Yeah, we had all the way to the end.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
well, it's incredible. Here we go. It's again that Lois. We're back in court again. Lois is found guilty. Admit it, Lois. You were always jealous of Lana Lang, another double L, because she was my childhood sweetheart when I was Superboy. So you murdered her. And then Batman's down in the corner as her counsel doesn't appear to have things very in hand. I'm the world's greatest detective, yet I can't find any evidence to save Lois from the death house.
the look on Batman's face. He looks very teenage almost, the Batman in that picture.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Boy, my uniform came back awfully big from the cleaner.
So wait, why is
It looks
that
like
he
I'm
has
wearing
one
my dad. It
gloved
looks like I'm
hand
wearing
and
my
one-
dad's costume. What's that?
He has one gloved hand and one ungloved hand.
His other hand is under the table.
His other hand's under the table.
Oh,
We
what's
don't
that?
want to know what he's
We
doing
don't,
down there.
and we don't want to know what he's doing. He's
What is that
getting-
in front of him
get-
then? I can't see.
in front of him. It just says Lois Lane guilty. He's got his elbow on the table, and he's got the other hand up against his brow. The other hand is just down here, goes under the table.
Yeah.
He's just
Okay,
playing a
maybe-
little pocket pool.
Okay, wait. What issue number is that?
This is issue number 99.
99. Okay, I'm just looking for it.
And here is issue number 100.
Okay.
And it's Lois
Oh,
Lane's
okay.
it's Lois Lane's last mile. And she said, Superman says, Lois, do you deny having had this fight with Lana Lang? And after it, you killed her in cold blood. No, I'm innocent. And the tough matron is behind her, who looks like she looks like a wrestler with a wig. The lie detector's needle jumped like crazy. She's lying in her teeth. She'll be executed. But it's a beautiful green cover. The gloss on this cover is just killer.
Yeah, it was a nice copy.
That's
was
really
a-
nice.
And we looked it up. I go, well, it's the centennial issue. Let's see. And we're like, oh, yep.
I said, we don't have to really look this up, do we? I'm sure they're all about the same, about $10.
Now, this one was the
$10.
sequel to the one you were talking about with the cloven hoof. This is the next issue.
I actually had the ones that are not here, many of which are ones I already had. And they're already filed. But the one with when she marries the devil, right?
Yes. yes.
She's got the cloven hoofs, and I looked at that cover and I always said, I knew it. I always knew that's what she really was.
Yeah, totally.
It says, strange. Lois was supposed to meet me here. I wonder where she is. Superman, I'm here. I can't speak. I've been turned into snow. I'm melting to death in front of your eyes.
But you got the devil there also, is the snow. So
Yeah,
the
so
snow woman wept.
and another rose and thorn shocker. So beginning of that era they had rose and thorn. What was it? 105 was the first
Yeah,
rose and
Rose-
thorn, right?
Rose
Yeah.
and Thorn, yeah. First Silver Age, yeah.
Yes. This one is issue number 108. And it says extra Rosenthorn and Mourn, Mourn for the thorn. If anyone knows any just cause why Lois Lane and Superman may not be wed, let him speak now or forever hold his peace. And a very familiar face or non-face appears. Stop the wedding, I object.
Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, I always loved that character.
I
The
always liked
Gentleman
that-
Ghost.
Gentleman Ghost, yeah.
You gotta say it in the British accents.
The Gentleman Ghost. I'll be an Irishman.
Irish.
That's
It's the Gentleman
Ghost.
Ghost.
Stop the wedding. I
Stop
object.
the wedding. Ah, Patsy, come, Bridget. Brace yourself. Now we get really super surreal with this one. I don't know who did the
Like a
cover.
Salvador Dali Superman.
It's a 48 pager. This is issue number 116. And it's, I'll just let you look at this.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, I know.
Man meets Superman.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that a wild-
wait, it's Rosenthorn versus Poison Ivy. I didn't notice that at the bottom.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know who Dr. Pat is. Who's Dr. Pat?
Dr. Pat in a thrilling adventure. I don't know.
Is it a he or a she?
Uh,
Alan, do you know who Dr. Pat is?
It's the
Dr.
character
Pat.
from Saturday Night Live. Pat.
Pat.
I don't know.
Androgynous Pat. Is he a man or is he a woman?
I don't know. What issue number is that?
That's issue number 116.
116. Okay, got it. I'll try to figure out who. I'm going to read it while you guys are doing this. I'll tell you who Dr. Pat is.
Pat, enter.
You gotta let this person die, Superman.
Superman, my sister Lucy Lane, another double L. My
Yeah.
sister Lucy, her parachute won't open. And I can't possibly get there in time. What can I do? Run in circles, scream and shout.
You gotta let her die. That's what he says, right? Something like that.
And then Lady Danger. This has Lady Danger in the dead man's chest. Who's Lady Danger? Is she related to Pat?
Maybe it is Pat. Pat became
so Pat. Dr. Pat is like its own like different story. It's a girl who's basically like goes on adventures, and she's her own like kind of character.
Doesn't sound good at all, does it? Adventures and stuff.
Adventures and stuff.
Who drew her? Do you know, Alan? Who drew her?
Okay. Art by Carmen Infantino and Frank
Giacoya.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giacoya is a good inker. So Pat is an Infantino creation.
Yeah. So Dr. Pat made her first appearance in Sensation Comics '94.
Good Lord, that long ago?
Yep. I'm just reading
Sure
the
glad
comic.
they brought her back so soon.
Yeah.
Here's Lois Lane. Rose and the Thorn, it says on the cover, plots the master plan. And then Lois in the amazing brain machine. And then Thorn is saying, he's here, Lois. What next? Get rid of him, Thorn. If he sees me like this, I'll die.
She's become
an old hag.
With blonde hair. Or white hair?
With white hair.
White hair.
But I think that Thorn looks pretty awesome. Or Rose.
Yeah, I like Rose and Thorn. She's cool.
She's kind of Poison Ivy almost.
Yeah, I was just gonna say she's kind of like Poison Ivy that way.
Poison Ivy in her underwear.
I hate it when I get Poison Ivy in my underwear.
Oh! row.
Another one with Lois in space.
Lois in space. Okay, here we go. This is Lois Lane number 123. And it's Rose and the Thorn meets the richest girl in the world, and Supergirl says it worked. Superman is chasing an empty spacesuit, and Lois has only seconds to live.
That silly Superman.
That wacky Superman. He's so dumb.
The 9 lives of the Catwoman begins. Oh, yeah. There we go. With Batman and Robin. You got a Batman and Robin back up.
Batman and Robin. Now, Alan, we're going to go to the jungle. This is issue number 124.
How do you like your Jungle Girls?
And the 52 pagers are now done, and we're this is the 20 center. Lois Lane battles the Hunters. Lois Lane, prove you are our queen. Kill him. So we got a little. She has Wonder Woman's strapped shoeing footwear. She's got Sheena's leopard pelt and a spear, and she's awesome.
Yeah, it's great bondage cover.
I can always tell it registers with Alan.
Well, I'm actually reading this Lois Lane that you guys had.
I know you've been sucked into that Pat story, and
yeah,
you can't let it. You can't put it down.
The Pat story wasn't very interesting, but you know the Rose and Thorn. She's like doing so many lingerie panels and stuff like that. It's quite interesting.
Oh, I have a mission here. I've got reading till hell won't have it anymore. Okay, here we go. What happens when Lois Lane meets the Brain Busters? The brains are busted.
It's a crazy looking.
Okay, and then it's there's a clown. Okay, Dingle.
Dingle the clown.
Okay, Dingle. Why are Lois and the other girls flipping out over you? That's my secret, Superman.
That was a good voice for that.
And then his tongue rolled out about 1.5 feet long. You'll never know my secret. It's wild.
Hilarious. Oh, this
shark cover.
Oh yes, shark cover.
This Lois Lane number 127. I found her boat, but where's Lois? It never occurred to me to look with my X-ray vision in the water if she's not in the boat. Maybe she's underwater. I don't think I should check it.
I don't. The pose there is a little awkward.
She appears to be about ready to greet the shark in a most unpleasant way for her.
I know.
It's a wonderful pose.
I'll just float my groin at him, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Callie says, "YouTubers in the same room, unheard of." Look, I'll touch him.
Oh! I kind of like it. Okay, so Death waits to kiss the bride. Lois killed on our honeymoon. Again, a honeymoon.
Oh man.
And it's all my fault.
This is very reminiscent of the Crisis
This
cover.
is the Crisis cover with
Supergirl. It is a cover, a swipe, I think.
Or it's
well, actually, this one's before.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's right.
Yeah, this is a 1970s book.
But isn't there an earlier one with like Superman and
There's an earlier one with Superman and Lois where it says
I killed Lois Lane.
It's a little different pose.
Yeah,
but,
I have, and they're both. It's a white cover, and they both have very, very short skirts on.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking Batman. Isn't there one with Batman?
He's holding Robin.
Batman's carrying Robin.
That's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one, and that's Neil Adams.
Did you get the one where it was the wedding between Bruce and?
Oh, I still have more.
Oh, okay.
I still have more.
Okay.
This isn't what I've shown you. This is not all. I still have another chunk.
Okay. I was like, that one's a really great Neil Adams cover.
I will do that.
Yeah.
This one's rather constricting. It says a Lois Lane special. Serpent in Paradise. What is the serpent? What is the serpent doing? And here is Lois, and she's in the tree. I'm Superman's girlfriend, but there's only time to save one of us. But which one?
I know this is a great one.
Does it say it's supposed to
now?
be
All he had to do was to blow his icy breath and freeze the quicksand, so that the gal in the quicksand wouldn't drown in quicksand, and then basically use his heat vision and hit the head of that python and turn him into snake meat, and everything would be fine. But we don't know that for this yellow cover.
Well, actually, there's a third girl that he's actually running to. He's like, screw you guys.
Yeah, he's going to zoom right past them.
That must be the Canadian edition.
There's a third girl that you got to go for it. Okay.
There's always a third girl.
Bondage cover.
Bondage cover.
That was snake bondage, that last one.
It was snake bondage.
Well, this is another bondage.
Snake bondage. It's a danceable hit. Yeah. Okay. The century's most explosive tale. And why? The lady is a bomb. I was warned this disaster would happen because of me, but I didn't believe it.
So she somehow blew up her powers or something?
She blowed him up.
She blowed up the whole city.
She blowed him up. What number is this? This is number 133.
Nice.
She done blowed her up and she put him on a lat post.
So, well, he must have tied her to the lamppost before she blowed him up.
It must have been that. And this is 136 is the last issue, isn't it?
No, the one with the train.
Oh yeah, that's
with the train. Yeah,
that's going to go to Joe. I'm going to send that one to him. I would like the last issue, but Joe.
It's 137. Yeah.
Here is 135, and Lois is in a very interesting position. You want to be with me to the end, Lois? Well, this is it. So long.
I know, it's another great bondage one.
Yeah.
She's
right off the cliff. So long.
she appears to be. She will meet the ground in a very unpleasant place. Now that's that is a big chunk, but I have
part one.
I have yet another chunk.
You want to swap them?
Well, I'm going to leave those there, and
okay.
I'm going to go get the others.
Meanwhile,
so how many comics did he get from you, Brian?
Thousands.
He got about a short box worth from me.
Oh,
Look
nice.
at this. I got this much more.
And then another stack of modern ones over there.
Let's see, I got all this still.
Wow.
These are a lot of Neil Adams, though.
So these are not, I just kind of cobbled them together, and I'm just going to, here we go. Here's an annual.
80-page giant.
Nice.
More weddings.
More weddings. But
You know, actually, that's one I don't have.
Really?
It has
I don't. I have the
sweet
second
it is.
annual, but not the first.
devil on there too. This is a great cover. The one that's coming up. I love this cover.
This is issue number 89. Lois as the bride of Batman.
Yeah, she's marrying Bruce Wayne, and it's a Neil Adams cover. And I just love the flowers and the whole composure of the picture is just composition of the picture is great.
It's a composed composition.
Yes,
Wait.
composure.
That other annual was issue number 86, I think.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I do have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's issue number 90. Here in suspended animation sleep Darnell of Krypton and his bride, Lois of Earth, who will awaken in the year 2169 to begin a new and happy life together. And Superman says, what kind of fool am I not to have married Lois? Now I've lost her forever.
Another Neil Adams cover.
Oh, that's a good one too. Another kind of bondagey. Like, are they like in bondage? I believe at the top.
No, they're holding their
holding
hands. They're in a giant test tube,
like a suspended animation test tube.
They're in the cryogenic chamber.
And
Alan, everything, and I mean everything, is frozen.
And another Neil Adams cover.
This is The Girl with the Killer's Eyes. And you'll always be blind, Miss Lane, unless you undergo an immediate eye transplant. But you'll have to take the eyes of this executed murderer. It's a great green cover.
Yeah.
And Superman looks like he's gonna cry.
Neil Adams.
She's got the seeing eye dog and
Seeing
everything.
eye dog over, yeah.
She just got blind. She already has the dog and everything.
Yeah.
This has to be, Alan, this has to be offensive in some way. Is it offensive?
No.
Okay. Notice how insensitive Canadians are.
Yeah.
He has this look on his face.
I've always thought that about them, and look how they treat all these blind people in Canada. They kind of walk
Well,
around.
we don't have blind people here. Actually, we just
give them a loaf of bread. They call it chicken.
No.
It's sad what they do up there. It must be their health care.
So we love we love the look on Superman's face on this cover.
I'll tell you why I'll never marry you, Lana, or you, Lois. Who wants a wife so stupid she doesn't realize I'm Superman when I take off my Clark Kent glasses? Not like they're regular glasses; they're Clark Kent glasses. Right? That's not like Ray-Bans or Foster glasses. They're Clark Kent glasses,
right?
Could Superman
TM?
Could Superman's Clark Kent disguise fool you all of the time, or even some of the time? So how can he keep on fooling the world? Here is the never told story, never dared publish before.
It's just like slamming the door open, like, I'd never marry you. You're too stupid. The look on his face is just great.
And this is a Wayne Boring cover,
right?
Mm-hmm.
You're too stupid.
You're too stupid. Why doesn't he understand? I can't go there.
And then another Neil Adams cover.
This one I'd never seen before, and it's really kind of creepy. But Lois is smoking hot. She's got her go-go boots on, and she's got the short cropped hair and the beads. Lois Lane used to be Superman's girlfriend. How could she fall in love with that monstrosity? I almost did a Shatner there, where you stop.
You almost sound like you threw up in your mouth a little bit there.
Can't get through the door. Featuring our super version of Beauty and the Beast.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's a Neil Adams. Which, when we were looking him up, Neil Adams did command a premium over the other ones. But.
A 3-part novel complete in this issue. So this is absolutely this stem to stern. And it says, will it be Senator Lois Lane or the Senator of Steel? I get. You have 3 guesses who the Senator of Steel will be.
Yeah.
Wrong. Okay, so
Okay.
Lois, why are you campaigning against me? You know I'd make a better senator. Friends, don't let Superman's ball of fire stunt razzle dazzle you.
Hi,
He's
Lyle.
a conceited, glory hungry politician. Vote for me. A vote for Superman is a vote in vain. Vote instead for Lois Lane.
Oh, that's a good one.
Why is he on fire?
He's on fire. Look at that razzle dazzle. Don't fall for that razzle dazzle. He's throwing gold at you. Don't pay attention. Here, look at all those diamonds he's trying to bribe. Don't take those diamonds. Don't take that gold.
This is an early one.
Yeah, this is issue 37.
Yep.
Wait, what issue was that election one?
This one was issue 62.
62.
This one is issue number 37, and incredibly, and a topic that you never see with Lois Lane is Lois Lane's wedding day.
Yes, Lyle. Alan couldn't make it to the same room as the rest of us, so we got him in the background.
we have him in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
It rhymes with Ottawa.
We put Alan in a jar.
This should be the happiest day of my life, and I'm brokenhearted. Sob. Oh, Superman, how I wish you were my bridegroom instead of Clark Kent. And of course, then they will have the wedding night will occur, and Superman will finally show Lois why he's called Superman.
Nice.
We got another cryo chamber cover.
This is issue number.
Guys, I gotta go, but
okay.
Well, thank you for being here, Alan.
Very cool to hang out with you guys.
I'll send you a picture later on of what Steppo traded me.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's one book.
Is it really just one book?
It's really
yes,
one
it
book.
is.
It must be a big one book then.
It is a big one book.
Is it like 3 feet by 4 feet?
Go ahead, show him.
Should I show him? Okay, so Steppo will finish showing you guys, but so Steppo asked me after we had looked up all of these books and we had come to a total if there was any books that I was interested in, and I had been talking with somebody else about trading.
You got his Batman one?
Yes,
that was it. Now I've been talking with somebody else about trading for a lower grade copy of this, and I just kind of off the cuff said, "Hey, do you have a Batman Adventures 12?" And he said, "Yeah,
wow.
I do." And he said, "Is that a book you want?" And I said, "It is a book I'm interested in." And he said, "It's yours."
And that's a 9.8?
It's a 9.8.
Wow. That's a cool book to get. And wait, is that a newsstand or is that the direct?
No, it's
direct.
Yeah, but
okay.
It is a 9.8 first appearance of Harley Quinn. So
white pager.
Wow.
I literally started crying, and Steven said he didn't do a good job if I don't start crying. So I cried.
Wow, that's a pretty awesome book. So that's very good trade, very good stuff. So yeah, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I have that in a 1.0 if you're interested.
In a 1.0.
You do.
No, I'm just joking. I don't even have it back. But
we will talk some horse trading there, Alan, sometime soon.
I'll chat with you soon.
Wow, congratulations, guys. Both of you guys.
I think we both did, did really well, so thank you.
Okay, bye, guys.
Talk to everybody.
So Lois Lane is with Lana again. Goodbye, Superman. We're tired of waiting for you to propose. When we wake up in the future, we'll marry each other.
Wow, really? Is that
No,
what it says? I was like, wow, does that really say that back in
No, it says you'll be dead, dead, dead. And it's Lois and Lana. They aren't very vindictive, are they?
In their cryo chamber.
Much?
There, yeah. The big head thing.
And of course, the Flash always has that one cover when he's got an enormous head. It's all swelled up, and various and assorted others. So Lois, of course, has to have it too.
Of course, the super brain. No, don't look at me. I'm a freak. I love this next cover. It's another Neil Adams.
The Bride of Titan Man. Who is Titan Man? Do we know?
Apparently, he's that guy.
He's some other guy. Superman, stop my wedding to Titan Man. I just found out the terrible secret his mask is hiding. Serves you right for choosing him over me, Lois. Marry him.
And the look on his face is just so whatever.
He don't care very much, do he? Mark Oldroyd, Suddenly Comics in England, had purchased this book. He collects Lois Lane as well, and his copy, he took it out and he was showing it, and his copy, Superman had a giant beard, and the person it was put on. Oh, okay. Had a big beard, and he suddenly realized that it had been drawn. The guy did such a good job of giving him a beard, and of course he was very chagrined because
he's like, in this issue, Superman has a beard.
I guess he doesn't. Here we go. He basically, Superman's going to have to, Lois Lane's strangest role, the Lady Dictator. You do as I command, Superman. Fire to kill him. Lois, please show mercy. Don't make me execute an innocent man. And it's a very interesting cover. It's got the go-go check, so it's 67, late 66, 67. Mm-hmm. But he basically has an M1 Garand in his hands, which is very interesting. A lot of times they didn't pay enough attention to what it was. I think, is that Kurt Swan?
I think that's Kurt Swan, yeah.
I wonder if Kurt Swan was in the war.
There's some kiss covers for you. There's multiple kisses on that cover.
The strangest love stories ever told. Lois Lane, Superman's mystery sweetheart, Lana Lane. She looks like both of us, like Lana and Lois. A stunning modern version of Beauty and the Beast. And The Monster Who Loved Lois, which I think The Monster Who Loved Lois down here.
That's a reprint.
That's been, they really talk about that one. And they printed, I think they printed that thing, printed it a couple of times.
Yeah. That's a Valentine's cover for you.
But look at how she's crawling over him in the top image.
He's
there.
Green. He's got green blood all around him.
He's got green blood too. He's got green. You must be in pea soup.
Hey, we got Wonder Woman signing.
And it says here, now I know why Superman's marrying somebody else. Wonder Woman instead of me. She just saved my life. They're a super team.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That's really kind of a cool.
Driving the race car?
Well, I don't know what the hell she's doing because
the race car. The race car looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Well, isn't there a guy? Is there a guy in there? Yeah, there's a driver in it.
She was going to get hit by the race car.
She was going to get hit by the race car.
Okay.
And so she threw the lasso of truth on her.
Oh, and then she's speaking the truth.
And she's thinking it.
I understand.
Those are bubbles. She's thinking
the truth.
She's thinking. She's not really talking.
I don't deserve him.
She's thinking.
Wonder Woman deserves him.
What does she think? She's thinking. It says here, Superman, look, the whole world has turned upside down. You know, it could be they're flying in upside down. It's not the whole world upside down. Maybe you're upside down.
Right. There's that.
Do you think that might be a more plausible story, Lois? I don't know.
Those are some boots.
Those are them. Wow, look at those boots. Look at those lace-ups. Aren't those cool? Look at those lace-ups. Wow. Who designed that? What year is this?
This would be a pain in the butt to put on.
Well, I mean, if you're in a hurry to put your shoes on or take your shoes off, you're in deep trouble.
Yep. Side quest. Poke. There he is.
Superman, where are you? Lois needs Superman when death rides the wheels.
What is going on in that cover?
I do not know, but they're guys on motorcycles on a gigantic Superman that she's trying to pull his. I don't understand what's happening
like
here.
A statue is breaking his hand.
He's breaking his hand off. What?
Somebody was on something.
How? This is issue number 125. Another unintelligible. Here's one. Are Lois Lane and Superman finished? Read the second Superman. Lois doesn't know it, but I picked her husband. Another marriage thing.
I picked her husband. Wow.
I picked her husband. You'll do.
That's a skirt for you.
Have to lift the leg because it's a really good kiss.
That's right.
Blondie.
Right.
I love that 70s. Dig those 70s clothes, right?
Right.
Dig the hair.
It's a nice color combo though. The pink with the black and the yellow.
Very
It's a
nice.
color combo. That's a great cover with the fill in your own word.
This is the fill-in. This is the which of them will agree to die for Superman?
Both or neither.
Prove your love for Superman to save him from kryptonite death. One of you must drink this poison and die, so that he may live and marry the other. Somewhat of a preposterous plot there. The girls look nice.
That's an interesting outfit. Like Lois's looked like kind of sheer. Like
it is. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
With a little scarf.
What are they saying? I'm not drinking that.
You drink it. No, you drink it.
Lyle says 70s clothes was cool. Today we wear pajamas everywhere.
Isn't that it's dumbed down to the point where people walk around in pajamas. That was a COVID. I think that started with COVID, and then it says, well, it's kind of cute. Let's just keep doing it.
Right.
Lois, good Lord, what's happened to you? And on the typewriter it says, My Death by Lois Lane.
Good golly, Lois, what have you done?
Now what have you done?
Just taking a nap.
She's very sleepy. I only have 2 more Lois Lanes, if that isn't enough for you, but I have 2 more Lois Lanes.
Then we got some cool modern variants.
Then I have some modern variants to show you. Lois Lane, love you, Superman. After what's happened to me, I'll never fall in love again.
He's talking about the pajamas, laziness. That's what happened. Smack. What's he's Superman, but he couldn't move fast enough to get out of the way of that.
Well, he was having a bad day.
Apparently.
Lois, give up the super reckless Lois Lane. I think you could almost put that, and I like her hairdo in this too. It's quite interesting. Lois, give up this invisibility experiment. The chances are 1,000,000 to 1 it will kill you. 1 in a million. 1,000,000 to 1. Okay,
so
1,000,000.
More chances she's gonna die than
it would
live?
appear more than. I don't care, Superman. I want to prove I'm not afraid to die. Then maybe you'll marry me.
Oh God.
Let's marry me again. She's got a really short bob cut on this, sort of interesting.
Yeah, she dabbled with several different hairstyles there.
And her legs are invisible, and so is her arm.
Yeah.
This concludes all of the super Lois Lanes. Just a few.
Just a few. A little bit of a stack of Lois.
A bit.
A wee bit of the Lois Lane.
Not that many, but enough, you see.
This one, I love this cover.
Here are, and then Brian brought over some modern Good Girl, a lot of them Virgin variants and stuff like that, which is fun. I love this stuff. This is the way, of course, to do it, is to trade for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I love them. Here is
that Frank Cho.
Frank Cho Catwoman.
I love that cover. I'm going to have to go get another one.
And I saw this one advertised, and I always thought it was a really cute cover.
That's Frank Cho also. With the wiener dog from Liberty Meadows.
And she goes, no cape. And I think for a while she wore that little red jacket rather than a cape.
Mm.
But this is Power Girl.
Okay.
That pretty?
Yeah, I like that cover a lot. I love Frank Cho. For a while there, I was dabbling in the idea of collecting everything Frank Cho, everything.
Is this Frank Cho again?
No, this is, gosh, who is that? I don't remember.
Ferrari?
It's one of the special ones. And there's an interesting story behind that one. My buddy Trav thought that there was a printing flaw in this. There's a little red dot. And he's like, there's a printing flaw. And then he zoomed in on it and it's Superman flying away in the background.
It is?
Yeah.
I can't even see him.
Let's see. Where's he at? Right there is Superman. He's so tiny.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So this is a foil cover, I think.
Yes, it is a foil cover.
You know, the foil covers are very interesting, but you can't see anything. They're hard to actually look at.
Yeah. Well, unless you get them in the light like you're doing there.
Well,
yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was also dabbling in the idea of collecting all the J. Scott Campbell covers.
That'll be a challenge.
Yeah,
There's a
there's
zillion of them.
of them. So
Well, here's J. Scott Campbell.
The White Widow, first appearance of White Widow. And this is I think I wrote on the back of it, it's a one in
Hitch.
hit. Yeah, number one Hitch. Does it say how many? One in however many? Hitch. Just Hitch variant. That's okay. Number one Hitch variant for Red Sonja. A virgin variant.
Cool monster. And the sword, I think cut his eye out.
Yeah, his eyes flying down the side there.
It's an eye popper.
It is an eye popper. Superman left because he had been failed again.
Foiled again.
Foiled again.
Curses. Foiled again.
There we go.
Here's more Red Sonja.
This is a Red Sonja limited to, does it say 400? I can't read there.
Limited to 400, 1982. I don't know who the artist is. It's
is it Finch? No, it's Brett Booth.
Brett Booth.
Yeah. Beautiful sketch cover. I like the.
This is a sketch cover?
Well, it's got like almost like a markery coloring.
Oh no, I dig. I dig.
Yeah. And we got Dirty Zerdy, right?
Nathan Zerdy. And who is this?
That is the Baroness from G.I. Joe.
Who doesn't look anything like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Maybe a little bit.
And here is Captain Carter.
Yeah, the number one, first appearance of Captain Carter.
David Nakayama.
Yeah. DNA.
You want to let Superman left because he had been foiled again? Get that off.
Oh yeah, we'll get that off of there. Superman left because he'd been foiled again. Let's get that straight. I thought we needed to keep it there. All right.
This is really a thick one, or do you have a bunch of different boards?
No, it's just one book.
Jeez,
yeah, it's a nice thick book.
This is Tyler Kirkham.
Yeah, and Angela. I like that cover a lot. And another Cho. So, like I said, I was thinking about collecting a lot of Cho. So
these are nice covers here.
Yeah.
Dawn of DC.
Yeah. So we got a Batman. I don't know what issue number that is.
1 in 50.
It's a 1 in 50 variant, but what issue number we got up there on Batman?
It's Batman issue number 138.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a Cho variant, black and white sketch variant, I think, or they call it that. But.
And the last book, after all of these books that I've shown you, were the trade that I worked with Brian, who was very nice to me for all of this. And it's this one.
And that is a Adam Hughes Amazing Spider-Man number 850, I think it says. Or 800? 800.
Yeah, ASM 800.
Yeah, Adam Hughes variant cover. And if you look at that, it's Peter from the ceiling looking at a picture of Mary Jane, looking down at you can see the chair with his mask on the chair and the lamp down there. So he's up on the ceiling looking at its point of view.
POV.
Yeah, POV. Yeah.
And that is the sum total.
Yeah.
The paltry few books that I got for the one big book.
For those who came in late, this is the book that I got in exchange for all of those books, which made me
here. I have a better light for you.
Cry tears of joy. And I just realized that's Poison Ivy on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got Poison. We got Harley and Ivy on the cover of that book. So yeah, I love that. If you guys haven't watched that show on HBO, it's a hilarious, tongue-in-cheek look at the DCU. Poor Bane is the butt of so many jokes in that show.
He deserves it.
But yeah, so I had an awesome time hanging out with Steven. And
me too.
And his lovely wife, and we were able to go out and have a nice meal together and have a wonderful conversation. And yeah, I just can't say enough nice things about you, Mr. Steven.
Well, thank you. It's mutual. Do you want me to tell the story of this book?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell the story how you got
This book, there was a Rose City Con quite a few years ago, a number of years ago. And this was just about the time that Harley Quinn, so it was probably about 2014. When is this book from? 93, September 93. Thanks, Lyle. And what happened was I went to the con, and there was a dealer that had set up from Baltimore. I can't remember the name of the dealer. And I was with one of my collecting buddies, and I liked Harley Quinn. I thought she was fun, and this had just started from really nothing. And it was at the time that the convention was going. This book I saw it, and it was raw, and I said, "How much is that?" And he said, "Well," and at the time, the tip top price for this book, absolutely ridiculously too much money at the time. People were going, "It's ridiculous what it is," was $120.
That's ridiculous.
It was absolutely stupid money. And so no, 135 I paid. So I said, "Well, what do you have on it?" And he says, "I have $135 on it." And my buddy says, "Come on, Steve, let's go. That's way too much money for that book." And I said, "Well," "is this the only copy you have?" He said, "I had 3 other copies that I sold, and all 3 of them came back 9.8 when they were slabbed." And I said, "Well, let me look at this one." And so, and I couldn't find any flaw in it. I said, "Well, that looks pretty nice." He says, "Yeah, that's the reason why it's 135. Not, I know some guys are selling for 120. I want 135. I said, "Okay, I'll pay the 135. And my friend shaking his head, he says, "You're such a ridiculous. Why did you do that?" I had great fun tormenting him about that for years after, because of course this thing took off like crazy. And but it did come back a 9.8, and the registration on this, the actual layout of the book. Hi, Bleak. But the registration on this is perfect. The spine is perfect. It really is the guy is a breathtaking copy. And when he was handling the book, he was extremely careful with it. And when I got it, and he had a nice back and board and backing board for it. And I had to basically be super careful. I was with another guy that actually had set up at the con. So I left it in a box, behind the counter, so that I wouldn't, when I was in the show, I wouldn't be carrying this thing around, because I didn't want to accidentally have someone run into me like they do at cons and, damage this thing, because I would have been sick if that would have happened. And so I sent it right in when like the next day, I think I went to my LCS and I had him submit this for me. And of course it came back a 9.8, and very nice.
That's a beautiful book. Thank you so much, Stephen.
You're welcome.
I am super, super thankful, and a wonderful trade. So
very much. Well, shall we pull the cork on this thing?
I think we shall. So thank you, everybody who tuned in and watched. I appreciate you all taking a look. And Ryan from Automatic Comics was here a little earlier. If you guys haven't checked it out, he has a video on his channel that just dropped today about the collection that he and I purchased together.
24/7.
The 24/7 collection. He's unboxing the first box and showing some of the books. We had a few good surprises and bad surprises, so take a look.
It's like a box of chocolates.
All right. Well, Lyle says, "Have a good night." Tina says, "Thumbs up." All right, guys. Thanks.
See you later.
Bye-bye.